But health insurance in this country is framed so, the way it's framed is, it's something that you have to use for everything. And insurance is not built for that.
Finally finding me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe.
For wellness. Because with this kind of insurance, what has happened is a visit to a doctor has become like a sick care. So I get sick, I go see my doctor. If I don't get sick, I don't bother about doctor. That's a very bad thing to do because, just look at your car. To have those preventive maintenance on your car regularly. You never think about not doing that. But when it comes to us, we are like, oh, I don't want to go to a doctor if I don't need to. And most of the times, what happens is, unfortunately, some small things that are ignored blow up many, many years later into big things. So the primary care is that gatekeeper kind of, the gatekeeper of healthcare system, where they can detect and fix issues when they occur, which is a huge deal because when they're initially, it's very, very cheap, inexpensive to fix. It becomes very, very expensive later on. So the more you visit your primary care, and it can be just 4 visits a year, it's a wellness visit. You go, get your blood checked once a year, get some preventative things, once or twice a year. That's it. So as long as the doctor knows, if there's some pain in the back, go to your doctor. You don't have to think twice, and then have it checked. Because maybe I was at a conference yesterday, and they were talking about an employee that ignored that for years, and it turned out to be a cancer. So that initially, when it was there, if it was detected, very easy to fix that, and not expensive at all, right? So it's always good to go to your primary care doctor as often as you can. And with our model, that's the incentive, because there's nothing else you pay during the visit. You can go, and the doctor's access is there all the time. So that way you can take care of yourself, and you're preventing a lot of the big issues that are going to occur just by ignoring things that you might have had now.
So I'm looking at the Meridian Springs website here, and it shows members and couples, and I'm just going to I'm not going to give the pricing on here, but it's pretty inexpensive.
The thing is, as you might have noticed, no healthcare publishes their pricing, right?
Yeah,
and that's the whole problem. Is when there is a pricing, there can be a competition. When there's competition, there's efficiencies, and then the quality improves, which is there in every other industry, right? Even if it's insurance, you get quote from many people, and then you go with somebody that provides the best value. So if you don't have those prices, then you cannot compare. So and that's if you look at it by publishing the pricing there's no surprise. This is what you get. This is what you pay. And so we make it very transparent, and everything is, if you even get some procedures done, everything is told before anything has to be done. You know exactly what you're going to get. There's no surprise.
Is it okay if I put the graphic on the screen during this part? I wanted to run through a couple of things here.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, you can.
So a couple of things that really pointed out to me. So number one, the members only is $75 per month, and then the couple show $140 per month. I think business owners may have a similar setup. Is that correct?
Yes. For business owners, we have volume discount. Like if there are more employees, then we provide more discounts for them. And so the couple is for the spouse, it's $10 less. But if they have to join together,
gotcha.
So if they join separately, then it's $75 for them. But if they join together, there's a discount. The whole family together, it's a $160 per month. It's for kids up to 21. It's $10 a month, but it has to be with an adult. So we don't just take the kids by themselves. But so all of these are standard pricing, and for employers there are discounts that exclusive pricing that we provide based on the number of employees and all of that.
I want to talk about the employer's benefits here in a second, but just to run through the top items that it shows here on the website: unlimited clinic access, same day appointment, physician access 24/7, 365 for e-consults via video, chat, phone, text, or email. Those are the first three things. That third thing is, crazy for me, because you typically don't get that even if you walk into a clinic. It's usually, you set an appointment, a couple days in advance. The e-consults, I think, are a lot more popular, or becoming a lot more popular, but just historically, that's, it has not been the case, especially with the amount of access that you have with your doctor. The extended clinic visits as needed, zero in clinic wait time, no copays was another thing that popped out to me.
Yes.
You're paying, in some cases, on individuals paying $350, $400 a month with a $2,500 deductible. And then they also have to pay the $50 to $150 copay, each visit. And so the cost on this is very competitive in comparison with most other plans. So the one thing I wanted to go back to is, are we losing anything with going with this versus, say, like the standard plans that are out there through, a individual's employer?
This is not insurance. So that is, so this is primary care, which is the 85% part of healthcare. So, but if you have this with the coverage for the catastrophic, which is the 15%, your surgeries, hospitalization, ER, then it's the whole thing. So healthcare is the only, if any industry, you get what you pay for. But healthcare is the only thing where you can pay thousands and get a crappy service or a quality of care. Healthcare is the only thing that, that provides that. So pricing is not really a kind of an indicator of the quality of service that you get. So what we have done is we provide the value. A value means a quality for the price that you pay. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. So when we make it flat fee, then we are providing you the value of all of the things that you mentioned at a price point that everybody can afford, right? And then people who want more than that, especially if it's employers, then we have a separate employer plans that through my company, my benefit advisory. But even for individuals, we have individual coverage plans that we can, it's called the wraparound. So we can wrap around that, that you get special pricing because you're a member with us.
And that's what I was going to ask, is the Netflix of healthcare comes in using the primary care with those other options to get the full coverage, full coverage, or the amount of coverage that's comparable to other plans that are out there that are through their employer health.
Yes.
I always hate using full coverage, especially in the in the auto insurance world, because that can mean anything. But the Netflix of healthcare pairs all that together, and you help guide them through those selections.
Yeah, I mean, we have those partnerships that we can offer those, and again, it should be very clear that what we provide is primary care. That's 85% of your healthcare, and what we can provide to individuals through our partnerships to cover the catastrophic part of it, that you don't need those two. You can just choose the primary care part of it. It's all what you want and what you can pay. And but what we recommend is to have the whole plan so that you're covered for the big things and the small. And we do offer these things through our practice. And and it's all available, and we do have meet and greets where I do explain to them. So, each one's case is different.
Gotcha.
So, what can be done, what can't be done. But of course, it's their decision eventually, what they can. But we put everything on the table, and you can choose what works for you.